Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. The World Rallycross Championship is in a sorry state, isn't it? I actually talked about this a while ago when I claimed it was dead in the water, but that was all about them switching to a paid subscription service. Little did I know that was the tip of the iceberg. Since then, the fields have got smaller, the calendar shorter, 2 beautiful Lancias were destroyed by fire, and now the World Rallycross has been cancelling and postponing events ever since. Apparently because the investigation into the fire is ongoing, but I suspect they don't want to run these events with 6 cars. Now all the support championships are finished for 2023, whilst we apparently have 3 World Rallycross events to go. If these happen, I'll pour mayonnaise on my head because it makes no sense to run them, whilst World Rallycross is in its current state. When I did that previous video, I should have said World Rallycross is on life support, because right now it is in serious danger of becoming a thing of the past. I just don't understand where it all went wrong. Well, I guess the move to full electric was a mistake. The problem is, despite manufacturers saying that they want motorsport to go full electric before they put their resources into chasing motorsport glory, well, electric is a logistical nightmare, and there has been no guarantees of it being backed by any manufacturers. Electric GT never got started, electric touring cars disappeared after 2 seasons, and not a lot of other motorsport series are considering it right now. The electric revolution has run out of juice. Nitro Rallycross and Extreme E have got around this issue by having a single make series. That means as long as they have entries and both don't have too many cars running, but at least they don't have to bend over backwards to convince car companies to join in. World Rallycross had a few different cars on the grid over the years. Citroën, Volkswagen, Renault, Hyundai, Seat, Ford, Audi, Mini, Kia, Skoda and Honda have all been involved since 2014 in some shape or form, most as privateers. Since they went full electric, Peugeot, Volkswagen, Seat, PWR and Special One Lancia. It's not a list that inspires confidence or brand loyalty. The problem here is the same facing a lot of series around the world. There aren't many motor companies anymore. Gone are the days of every country having hundreds of car makers. Now they are all owned by groups like the Stellantis Group or Volkswagen. So there are less companies to compete against each other. Even then, they don't make appropriate cars. I think a lot of race series like the BTCC, WRC, TCR and Rallycross are all going to have to make special rules for mini SUVs like the MG ZS. And such an example I chose because it's what I drive. Don't buy one, it's terrible. But electric has scared off most of the privateers and not really brought in any manufacturers. 10 entries at most rounds is too low. I remember when a minimum of 16 was the norm. Even when a few were guaranteed to not make it past the heats, it still added a layer of jeopardy for the top runners. Now everyone is guaranteed to be in a semi-final. Only 4 drivers miss out on a finals place, and there is no way you're moving up from the lower classes. There aren't enough seats. It doesn't help that you just know Johan Kristoffersson was already champion before the season even started. This will be his 6th World Rallycross Championship in a row in seasons he has competed. He has won 38 rounds of this series out of 83 entries. That's nearly half. No one else stands a chance. Timmy Hansen is the only other champion on the grid and he's only won 13 rounds out of 101. But it did have one thing. The beautiful Lancia Deltas run by the Special One team with the most successful WRC driver of all time, Sebastian Loeb, at the wheel. These cars were absolutely stunning. They hadn't had any success on track, but the fact Loeb was driving a Lancia in a World Series, that was enough to guarantee my viewership. And that brings us on to the next problem with electric. They can burst into flames, and when they do, it's hard to get them to stop. I am not a clever man, and definitely not an electrician. You'd trust a drunk elephant with Parkinson's to change your plugs before me. I think it's something to do with the battery cells, and it's like a circuit with the fire moving down the cells continuously bursting into flames. Or magic. Let's just go with a wizard did it. Either way, the fire at Linden Hill was a disaster. The Lancias were destroyed beyond repair. The Mona Lisa going up in flames will be less heartbreaking. Special One were pretty much done for the year at that point. That leaves 2 Peugeots, 2 PWRs and 3 Volkswagens, plus the Seat of Timo Scheider. 8 cars. There's no point continuing. And so the last 3 rounds have been cancelled. We still don't know if the last 2 rounds in South Africa and Hong Kong will go ahead. I don't see any point of taking 8 cars around the world just to see Johan Kristoffersson dominate both rounds. It's a disgusting, messy end. Not to mention all the support series have finished for 2023. They need to cancel the rest of 2023 and just focus on getting a decent competition going for 2024. They need to ditch electric. Yes, it's very brave and environmentally conscious to go full electric, but if you want World Rallycross to survive, you have to go back to the drawing board. I would make the European Rallycross Series the de facto World Series. Make it as cheap as possible, get funding for a decent prize fund to encourage top drivers to race in it. Take the European field, but add the world drivers. You'll have 20 cars for every round. That's what we want from World Rallycross. European Rallycross has existed since the early 70s, and it can be the top series in the world in its current form. Have an electric support category, maybe sharing rules for Nitro Rallycross, even get hold of some of those OMSE DC1X cars they use in that series, or just end it. The European Rallycross can continue. We still have Nitro Cross and a variety of national level Rallycross championships to watch. We don't need the World Rallycross if this is all it can be. Just my thoughts on the World Rallycross situation. Let me know what you think in the comments. Can it be salvaged, or is it just too late? What changes would you make? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, nearly at 1,000. Let's get there before 2024. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.